Hello, you. We're in the Treetown Food Court. I've got a guest with me today who you may well recognise from before. But before we do that, sadly, he's moved to Thailand, and we've come to the food court because I thought there'd be a choice of different dishes. And no, because if you look over there, the Greek stall is shut, the tacos, Mexicans all done, so it's pretty much all Thai. Manao. If you have been watching this channel for a bajillion years, right from the start, and I'm talking back in the legendary days of Jeff Carter, of Kevin Thailand, RIP, of Bangkok 112, of Pumpui Phalang, and the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Dead Farang. He is the guy. He is the man. So if you've never checked out Dead Farang's channel, if it's still active, I don't know, put it in Dead Farang. You want to see how Thailand used to be, especially Pattaya and Bangkok, then do check out his channel. Back in the day, there was a gentleman. He was on YouTube. He didn't live in Thailand then. He'd never been to Thailand then, but he's now made the move. His channel was what can only be described as the Trivago of Thai YouTube channels. He put them all together and he did reaction videos before reaction videos on YouTube were a thing. This guy is a pioneer. He's lost his hat, but he's gained a new life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Cowboy Ray!
Yes, Cowboy in Thailand is finally in Thailand.
You've been in Thailand for a while.
Yeah, I've been here a couple years now. But
how are you finding it?
it was everything I imagined and more. Honestly, better than I had all those years of anticipation.
Yeah.
No, better than I thought.
And 2 years, and you've stuck it out. And happy retirement, by the way, sir.
Now officially retired, all done lawsuits and all that stuff people remember from the day. All done, all over, happily retired.
And you big news, you now have a Thai missus.
I do have a Thai missus. I've already done the Farang thing and moved out to the villages. Everybody comes here, marries a girl, moves out to the villages, or to his son. I'm in the villages.
But you're back here in Pattaya, and you've got parole. The missus has given you parole.
I have parole to come for drinks with Big Fat Bestie. So
well, I'm thrilled that you have. So what's the story? I mean, you decided that you didn't want to do anything anymore because you're retired. So what have we missed since Cowboy in Thailand rode off into the sunset?
I unfortunately just had to quit YouTube because my family was getting harassment. A certain person was contacting my son, who was fairly young at the time, and I had to draw the line. But so be it. Anyways, and if people left off, I had a couple lawsuits going, won them all, lived happily ever after. Got here much later than I expected, but actually that's not true. I came to see Kevin Thailand before he passed. But I didn't vlog that. I didn't do anything. That was a trip just strictly for Kevin, not for YouTube.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything about that. So I came and visited Kevin, and then it would have been, then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So I showed up here in about the middle of COVID, just when they started letting flights come back in with silly quarantine.
Sure. So on one of my trips back, I got the timing just wrong. So I arrived at Svanapum on the very last day of quarantine. If I'd arrived the day after, or if I'd have sat at the airport before I'd been through immigration, but it would have been for about 8 hours. I didn't want to do that, so I did the quarantine, which was actually fairly smooth for me. I think they'd given up on it by then, so it was like, okay, do your test, and it came through in a matter of a few hours. I managed to get out and get Mal that night.
Yeah, I actually did the quarantine twice because I came here to scout out, get my bank account, get all that stuff set up, then back to get my business there done, and then come back and
for me, ผัดกะเพราหมูเน้นน้อยแผ่น
ไข่ดาวที่
my Kai Dao. There you go. Thai fluent.
Actually, you're quite good considering I'm the one that has the Thai wife and
Yeah.
everything. You're much better than me. Anyway, so I did my basic trip, then I came back. So, and the second time I came back was when we were down to, I don't know what it was, 7 days of quarantine, or it was just minimal. And yeah, I've been here ever since. Now I still travel back home for business. I still own some businesses, so I need to go back quarterly for that. But other than that, I'm here full time, and couldn't be happier.
I'm pleased it's worked out for you, and I think a lot of people who followed your channel before, we were all rooting for you to get out, because it seemed to be, oh, Cowboy Ray's coming, oh, he's not, oh, maybe he's coming, no, he's got some illegal stuff, oh, no, but you've done it, and you've made it work. It's a success story.
It worked. And hey, you know, my piece of advice to everybody, believe me, everything that could have stood in my way did.
Yeah.
I had a divorce. I had 2 lawsuits going. And it actually all got done. Unfortunately, right at COVID.
Yeah.
Like the worst time it could have got done. So, but you know, I don't know, I'm not here to give advice, but if you're getting discouraged because you're not living your dream, hang in there. Take my word for it. You'll get there. It'll happen.
So, I love my lists. I need a list. I'm excluding myself from this because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I need Cowboy in Thailand's top 3 YouTube channels. Now, it can be modern, it can be classic, it can be ones which don't exist anymore, but your top 3, because you reviewed a lot of them and you actually managed to dig out channels that people didn't know existed, and that's one of the reasons I loved your channel.
There's a couple of odd ones in there. Believe it or not, there's a guy called Keyframe5. Now, he's not really doing Thai, he's still vlogging. Yeah. But it's not particularly Thai vlogging. I always had a spot for him. I don't know why, he always struck a chord with me. As already said, Dead Farang. I mean, Dead Farang's Dead Farang. I mean, he was the godfather, he really was. Of course, Bangkok 112, who right now is either in Bangkok or in Pattaya, I don't know.
I've heard rumors that he might be back, but I wouldn't recognize him anyway because he's just this mysterious figure. And that's honest. I have never met the gentleman.
I've talked with him, but I've never met him. I don't have a clue what he looks like, so he could be sitting at the table, we wouldn't know the difference.
Do you know what I thought? Here's a conspiracy. Because BKK 112, he did the covert filming, and then he put a voiceover over the top. Maybe, hello, Mail Cap. Maybe to get around it, so maybe he just did the voiceover, and maybe he got a girl to do the filming, because that would take the heat off. How about that?
That actually would make sense. Yeah. I know he did get some heat in Bangkok once. I know he had problems with security in one place.
Oh, he got Nana Plaza, didn't he?
Yeah. He got Plaza.
Yeah.
And you know, humorously, Soy Cowboy, you know, greets him with open arms.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, use your head a little bit here, advertising, you idiots.
See, that is one thing I need to see at some stage. Maybe the next time I come back, or in subsequent times, instead of meeting up in Pattaya, we'll get you parole again, and we'll meet up in Bangkok. We'll meet up in the Big Mango, and I'm sure you must still have a cowboy hat or two.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. I want to see Cowboy Ray on Soy Cowboy.
Soy Cowboy, yeah.
In cowboy attire.
That does make sense. Yeah. No, I do actually still. I wear it out in the villages once in a while. It seems to entertain the locals.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
Where I live, our local temple has a herd of horses.
Yep.
So I work with the horses a lot.
Oh, but see?
So I came all the way to Thailand to work with horses.
You can take the cowboy out of Canada. No, that didn't work, did it? No, that didn't work.
Out of
Canada, but you can't take Canada out of the cowboy. Well, you can't. You can't take the cowboy out. Didn't work. Error. So, what plans have we got tonight?
Oh, I think it's going to be a dangerous one.
I think it could be, but being a married man, you will be on kind of your best behavior. A lot of drinking, but maybe not much else.
Absolutely.
Oh, my crap, how? Coffee cup. Well, my food's arrived, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. That's going to be as spicy as hell, I think. Do you know what I did? I came here on one of these the other day, and I ordered. I thought it'd be about that size, and so I was hungry, so I ordered 2 dishes. Both dishes were insane. They were huge. It's like what am I going to do with this? But you know, what can you do? So, have you noticed any? It's low season. Have you noticed any changes for the better, for the worse?
No, for people who haven't been here a while, this Tree Town thing really built up, and it's turned into a really great thing. And right next to LK Metro, I mean,
yeah.
You know, if you're the partying type, this little part has really turned up. I really like what's happened over here, because this is where, when I started in Thailand, this is where I lived. I lived over here.
Yeah.
And I avoided walking street at all costs. As we discussed another time, it's not quite the same with Lam Morrison being unhealthy.
Yeah, he's missed. Yeah, big.
I tell you, it's just not some gimmick that he was a great guitarist. I know a great guitarist, and he really is a fantastic guitarist.
Yeah.
People think, oh, just a gimmick, just because he's died. No, he actually is a really, really good guitarist. I mean, he really is. But anyways, so I like what's happening with this whole Soy Bacau area here.
Yeah.
I like what's happening. I like the feel. I like the vibe. But this has always been such a cool... Kev used to hang out a lot here, too.
Yeah, sure.
Not here. You know, he used to go to takeaway restaurant.
He used to go to the takeaway, yeah, which is on the corner of New Plaza, walking up there. Yeah.
Which is probably one of my favorite places to eat. And so, yeah, and I used to, before I got a place, I lived in this hotel here.
What, is that one of the Saudi ones?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I lived there. But that's back, at that time, this was just a babe in the cloth.
Well, it was nothing for ages. It was just wasteland with one bar, which is now called Tree Town something, but it was called Seoul Beer Town. And back in the day, you could they had a big screen for the football, and you'd sit on bean bags, and then they stuck in some cinema seating for a bit, and then things just started to happen. It's pretty quiet at the minute. It's because it's really early, because we've decided we can have an early start, and I'm going to cheap Charlie at it, because there is still in LK Metro a lot of early bird offers, even in the go-go bars there. They've got the the 70 baht for a bottle of beer and things. There's a couple of bars there as well where after 10 it goes the other way. Some of the bars have the happy hour out there where it's like 55 baht for a bottle of Chang or Tiger, and that's on LK. So
that's pretty good.
You can't knock those prices.
Pretty good.
Okay, so one more question I've got for you. If you have one piece of good advice, it can be 2 if you want, for people who are thinking, right, it's time to make the change, umming and ahhing about it. Obviously, you say do it, because you're a success story. It's worked out for you. But one thing which is better than you expected, and one pitfall to avoid, because there must be several.
Better than I expected. Just the whole thing, like, step away from Soy Bacau and go off into a residential area. I mean, yes, we always hear the Thai people are so friendly, they're so lovely, but they actually are.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really realize till you get off the beaten path and you're walking down a street in the middle. And this happened to me in Bangkok. I was walking down, got lost in Bangkok, asked somebody how to get back to Nana Plaza. I don't know if you've ever gone back past the canals in Nana Plaza.
No.
There's it's a poor area back there.
Yeah.
Safe, but poor. And I got lost back there, half-assed intentionally, and asked for how to get back. And some guy walked me back to Nana Plaza, and I said, "Oh, is it dangerous?" He was just being crazy. So that's one takeaway I have, is that the people are actually are nicer than I even thought. The one pitfall, and this is the one for guys. Guys, you got to be careful. Those girls are good. I got pretty lucky. I dated a few before I found my girl, but these guys, be careful. If you're 50 years old and or 60 years old and 300 pounds, and she's all that and more, guys, be careful. That's it. But there's no shortage of great girls here. There is no shortage of good girls working in the hotels, working in the restaurants, and go age appropriate. You shouldn't have a problem.
Absolutely. Right, Cowboy Ray's wings have arrived. We're going to tuck into this. Thank you so much for having a chat, and it's great to see you again. We actually went out and we chewed the fat last night. You always say in pubs you should not talk about politics or religion, and we did a lot of that, I think. Yeah. So thank you for that, Cowboy Ray.